So this is my horse, Capital Colnardo. We call him Cody in the barn. He's an incredibly special horse. He's, I think, the most talented horse I've ever sat on. He has everything. He's so careful, he's so scopy. He has such a good brain, he can jump anything. He's really going places, I think. Capital Colnardo is an 11-year-old Holsteiner stallion from Capital Stud in South Africa. So we've heard about the horse through the Whitakers, who had gone down and tried the horse and recognized that he was really something special, told Axel Floyd about the horse, and said, you know, if you have any clients that are in need of a really top horse, I'd recommend this one. So then my sister and Axel flew down to Mauritius, where he was in quarantine, to try him, and immediately also recognized that he's a really special horse. When my sister Sarah went to try the horse, he was in Mauritius, and there was a really funny picture of her with this giant turtle in the ring next to him, and he was just totally at home with the turtle there. He definitely had a really interesting start to his life and very different from where he is now. Before we actually got to compete on him in the States, he had to spend a lot of time in quarantine. He was in Mauritius for 3 months in quarantine there. And then he had to fly to Europe and spend a month in Europe before he could come to the States. And then ultimately he flew to the States and met us here in Wellington about a year ago. When he finally got to Florida, he still had to spend a month in quarantine here. So, you know, I flatted him for a while and would jump him at home. And then towards the end of the winter circuit last year, I got to start competing on him. And he just gives you the most amazing feeling. I think, you know, the first time I showed him, we walked into like a 140 and he just jumps it like it's nothing. He just flies over it. And, you know, from that moment, I definitely knew that he was going to be able to move up really quickly, really easily. So he can be a bit of a stallion to handle sometimes. He likes to rear up and he can be really nippy, but in the barn he's actually, when he's in his stall, he's really sweet. He might try to bite you sometimes, but he's quite a mellow stallion actually, for the most part. The only time he's a little difficult is when you're handling him. Once you're on him, then you know you wouldn't even know he's a stallion. He's like so calm and so level-headed.